OnlyFans. You know what? I'll make an OnlyFans, and then I will show off my cat's toe beans, okay? An OnlyFans just for my kitty's toe beans, all right? That's what you get. It's cute cat pics. I've debated a cat cam as well, but I don't know where I'd put it in the whole scheme of things. Also, can someone check on Barb and make sure he's not, like, super wasted? Is he still in the bathroom? He's alive? Good. Alright, just making sure, because he hasn't jumped up the channel yet. Sharing my pussies online? Oh my gosh. Profanity. So it's a 3-sector area. And now we're all loading in. Barb, how are you doing?
Oh, it's going, man. You know when like white people say, you ask a white person, "Hey, how's it going?" and they say, "It's going." Well, it's going, man.
Okay. You haven't been drinking any more tequila, right?
Right.
Okay, because I think you've had enough. All right?
I think so, too. And I went to the bathroom and chugged about half a bottle of Powerade Zero Sugar. So
okay.
I'm good on the tequila.
That's good to get some electrolytes in. And you should just relax, okay?
I haven't had anything since the last round. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm here for you and for FNF round.
Of course.
NA here on Tanoan. A nice sector defense mission around the Tanuka Sugar Company area in the middle of the main island of Tanoa. Did you know that Tanoa is named after the Fijian word for bowl because the main island resembles a bowl?
You totally read that off of the mission load-in screen, but yes, I did.
No, I didn't read that. It's because I memorized it off of the mission load-in screen that says it.
All right. Well, we have about a 9,500 person op. I didn't look at the exact number here, but we got some people connecting in and out. This is meant to be a sector, organized sector control, but they are... Wait, no, it is a rush sector. So we haven't seen one of these in a while, actually.
Is it rush?
It is rush. Sector 1 is lit red. So what this means is that the only sector that can be taken is Sector 1.
So
then
it's sector rush, not terminal rush.
Yes.
That's unique.
We've covered these before, Barb. It's just we don't see them as often as like terminal uplink rushes. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I mean, it makes sense because we have, checkpoint / command posts, then you got the storage center, and then Sector 3 is labeled the last final line of defense. So, again, to illustrate how this works is only Sector 1, which is here, can be taken, and then only Sector 2 can be taken, and then only Sector 3, the final sector, can then be taken, which has some interesting fire effects on it. So this is some modules within Eden Editor. You can make a custom-colored fire. It is really cool. I forget what chemical you burn for green fire, but not chemical. It's
green fire,
yep.
Isn't it?
There's actually a chart out there where it tells you like what you have to burn to get certain colors. It's how they make fireworks and stuff. It's copper, right? It is copper for green fire, but
yeah, sure.
Otherwise, OPFOR appear to be some sort of rebel group. I'm seeing some 6B23 vests, some US chest rigs, big potpourri of stuff, but they do have an SVD for their marksman rifle. They have AKM models, so 7.62 rifles for what appears to be all of their units here. PKMs, PKPs, RPG 26s, so basically... just 7.62 Russian-based forces here, which is nice to see that caliber here. But everyone has some sort of chest rig or plate carrier, which the FNF custom mod rescripts them all to have the same body armor variable. So they're all up-armored, which is nice. And they have some various transport trucks for movement. Now, let's look over at BLUFOR here.
Absolutely.
Oh, that right-click didn't work. Okay. There we go. So BLUFOR,
They are CTRG, yes. That triangular polygonal pattern is indicative of the CTRG group. They do have standard M4s. I do see
that
a Scar 17 on Luna, which is a little unique. But,
so,
yeah.
just to cut you off, the Scars are the primary weapon. You're only seeing those M4s when they have Grenadier weapons, because there's no Scar with a GL. So it's meant to be a 7.62 mirror match, so higher calibers, and otherwise it's US based, so 249s, 240 Bravos, but this is a play on CTRG camo because of those triangles. So yeah, should be good. It's not the stealth version of it though, which means it's not thermal resistant, but they have a bunch of transport trucks and off-roads, so that can fit 6 and I believe 13 people respectively. And their marksman rifle should be a Mark 17, but
that's no different from the rest of them.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit better scope, but actually, let me see. That would be...
it is Nemesis with a Mark 17, yep.
Actually, no, not a Mark 17, but an SR-25, a.k.a. a Mark 11.
Oh, you're right. Yep, that's what it is, Mark 11.
See, I'm drunk and I'm better than you.
It's okay, buddy. You all right?
No, dude. I am great. I am great. Thank you. I appreciate the concern between both you and Bloodwing, but I am great.
All right. Well, let's take a look at these AOs here. So first off, you got Sector 1 as a checkpoint/command area. They even added a tent on top for a checkpoint. That's actually a really clever idea. I'm going to have to remember that when I do some world building. But we have a nice little... Go ahead.
Who won the second round?
Who won the second round? It was BLUFOR, yes. It was a very, very easy victory on their part because of OPFOR's tactics. A lot of BLUFOR were still alive. That's what I'm trying to say.
I do predictions because I'm a better streamer than you, and I just want to make sure I got that right. Thank you.
All right. But otherwise, the command position is by the radar tower, and then you've got this decent checkpoint here, and the sector itself goes all the way down to the gas station, so that does leave room for OPFOR to build some more fortifications. As long as there is a defending unit alive in the sector, he's not down or unconscious, dead or unconscious, then the attacking faction cannot capture the sector. Just the defenders aren't allowed to, like, wall themselves in a corner that can't be accessible. That is a bannable offense. But otherwise, Sector 1 seems like a pretty solid sector here. If anything... okay, no, part of the checkpoint is actually in the sector. I thought it would be taken out a little bit. What are your thoughts on Sector 1? He's drunk, Toxic. I mean...
So for Sector 1, the north side of Tanoan in general...
I've said stupid shit while I'm drunk, too, area. So...
I mean, the sector itself is pretty sparsely populated as far as buildings.
OPFOR can't build, okay.
Some hills to overwatch the general area, but as far as a sector attack defense mission... I think it's going to be difficult to actually defend the capture zone itself. The mission maker has done a decent job in reinforcing the area with the PESCO barrier, watchtower, bunker, etc. But I don't know if that's going to be enough per se. I think it'd be better to reinforce the central town of Tanoan itself and reinforce sectors 2 and 3.
So, Tarn Folks dropped into my channel. He says that OPFOR actually doesn't have any ability to build, so what they get is what they get. So that makes sense. But I don't think OPFOR should focus on any defenses in the town itself, because otherwise BLUFOR can just easily circumvent. They have a lot of fast-moving vehicles, because those trucks and off-roads can actually get a lot of speed off-road. I mean, one of the Vics is literally called an off-road. So I could see them just easily circumventing, you know, the entire town itself, knowing that the town could potentially be a death trap. But speaking of death traps, Sector 2 is probably OPFOR's best bet, because there's a lot of places you can go around in this sugarcane facility. A lot of twists and turns, a lot of ways to get on to the rooftops and various different areas. The one weakness, though, is the northern ridge. If BLUFOR can set up a good firing line here and have their marksmen get close enough to easily pick people off, there's a lot of angles that get lost if BLUFOR were to attack from the direct north. What are your thoughts?
Sorry, talking about Sector 2?
Yes.
So the sugar company industrial area is a very well fortified position in general. As far as the north, like you were saying, I could easily see that becoming a ridge to provide covering fire for an assault to push down the hill towards, or possibly, as we've seen in previous missions, a thunder run. They would just...
Your mic cut out, buddy.
Yeah, that's fine. Wow, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah, with the similar to what we saw on the Roche Germany mission, it is more of a matter of getting into the compound itself than fighting from outside of it. So if they're able to suppress the compound itself while a strike force goes in and infiltrates into the compound, whether covertly or overtly, I think that force is going to be more the deciding factor in taking this sector specifically because of how industrial
What, Frankie on 1080?
Phobic it is.
I don't know. I think OPFOR would do really well to defend that one sector, especially since it's on top of...
I agree as far as the defensibility of the sector, but as far as attacking the sector, that's what BLUFOR needs to do to capture it. You know what I mean? Are you saying that because I'm very drunk and you just want to agree with me?
No, I value your opinion, and I'm trying to give you room to voice it, because I know you're a little slow right now, because that's what alcohol does to people, and I'm trying to give you a platform to give your 2 cents, because I was more overpowering in the last round.
Bingo. Thank you.
No problem. Do you want to open with round 3? Or, excuse
Absolutely.
me,
Sector 3? Yeah, I know. I'm the drunk one, right? So Sector 3 is the scene of the occult ritual. We have the SCP-looking fucking statues surrounding a green ritual fire that Flux and King are putting themselves into, along with Armored Jesus. He is... they are... immolating themselves in the name of our armored gods of Bohemia Interactive. But in regards of this match itself, it is a graveyard defense here in a way. As far as position, this is actually looking kind of weak. We have a bunch of rocks where War Dog, Patriot, Mad Smurf, and Smurfy are as far as a defense, but the sector itself... maybe you could see some CQC between the headstones and the inside of the graveyard, but it's gonna be a tough defense. It's gonna rely more on preventing BLUFOR from getting to the area than fighting BLUFOR.
No, I'll keep streaming. I'll do some mission development.
Itself. They would need to hold
Unless
that
Bloodwing
high
needs me
ground
for something.
from where War Dog, Pickles, etc. are, and that, rather than trying to fight them in a close quarters engagement.
No, I think that was all really well said. It does look like OPFOR is planning for a all eggs in one basket defense on the southern sector. One issue with that, though, is I just don't see the time going in OPFOR's favor here. They do have the high ground, and they can try to plink off targets as they come in, but... there's a lot of... if BLUFOR just keeps with their mobility assets, they can just keep repositioning and hitting these sectors from where they'd want to. So it's a difficult call to see where this is going to go. So, I don't know. Hey, Lipno, thanks for dropping by.
Yeah,
I know they have... go ahead.
In general.
Yeah. I know they have X-Ray ready to... go ahead.
Well, no, I absolutely agree with you in that it's a tough call in this general area. I'd say if I were to pick one specific area, it would be the Industrial Sugar Company area itself, just because of how
that's gonna
close
suck.
it is in general.
So
both Sector 1
yep.
and Sector 3 are very open in or in relation to Sector 2.
I feel sorry for Hassinger here. He's having a lot of BLUFOR commit to the western road, and he is intending his force to drive through some of this jungle. The only way they're going to be able to do this, though, is if they go down the western area where there's a bit of opening through the jungle and then down to the south. If he intends to drive through the jungle, though, and try to get to the MSR next to the little lumber yard, he's going to be sorely mistaken, because driving through this area in particular is a bitch. The jungles on Tanoa are very, very tough to drive through. Yeah. And he doesn't even have any paths to really work with, because the path goes to the northern side. It doesn't cut to the east. So we'll see where they try to drive through, but I don't think this is going to really work out in his favor. There's a few different smaller routes he could take, but he's going to lose a lot of time in just trying to maneuver his forces. And if he's not careful, those forces could end up on the cliff face area next to the lumber yard, and it's going to be impossible for them to get out of that position. OPFOR, meanwhile, spreading out. X-Ray in one truck, Foxtrot 2 in another truck, and they are trying to come around.
Be careful. What?
You just said Barb is drunk, so be careful?
Yeah, so what do you have in your mission fucking thing?
What do you mean? Oh, yeah, Barb's drunk, so be careful.
Fair enough. Mission has started, so we do have Stanners and two others, Pierce and Koak, heading to the northeast to Buawa. And a bit of a forward recon element along with Rust and Wise heading off to the northeast. The rest of BLUFOR heading
they didn't read this map.
Further out northwest and to the east, following down the MSR towards Monet. Interested to see how they will face off with Logan Strakatenko and the rest of them in this big old truck with X-Ray heading towards Vagalala.
So Legal Action putting an explosive charge on the gas station on Sector 1, and BLUFOR is committed to driving through the jungle, and this is gonna be tough because they're also going on a downhill area, so they don't have any trucks that Vicks that stall out easily. Thank God they're all vanilla based, so they don't really have too many issues. But yeah, driving through this is gonna be tough, and they're gonna have to still continue to go low, otherwise they're gonna get caught on this cliff, which I was worried about. And then they need to find an opening on the divider, but that is a little further down south, so they'll be able to take that. I want to make sure I don't see any vehicles ram that divider, though, because that divider doesn't break. It is an invincible texture. But it looks like...
I have a count going right now. Nemesis has already run into 2 trees so far.
Not surprised.
Just keeping a track on him.
No, that's not a good call there.
Divider...
Yeah, he's forgetting that you can't ram that. And the vehicles! Oh no! Iander quickly running off.
Yeah, Iander runs away. Smart move, but it turns out to be fine. Nemesis' truck does take some damage, it seems, from the Phys X.
Yeah, they got to go the other way because there's no way to get on the road from there because a rock and a power pole block the exit.
The bed looks like they got fucked because they have very bloody arms and legs.
Yep.
Wow.
That's why I don't like driving in the jungle, because that shit happens. Though, with that armor in, they were actually able to knock over the divider. Huh. Normally, you're not able to do that. So they literally broke the physics to break the physics of the divider to do that. Nice.
We had to break the physics to work the physics.
Okay, no, I think Arma's actually updated, because these are normally unbreakable. And I just saw a truck easily knock them over. Neat. Was it worth the childhood trauma? I don't think so, Yash, but hey, c'est la vie, anything's possible. Meanwhile, OPFOR is driving a truck over on the other half of the BLUFOR advance here. So a standard pincer maneuver going on BLUFOR, while OPFOR is doing not an all eggs in one basket defense. Actually, they're doing a spaced out defense with a focus on Sector 3. But it looks a little more even. We're actually seeing a unified curve up into Sector 1 here because they think that BLUFOR is going to come from the north, and they're partially right, but the pincer maneuver is going to be able to get a flank on that curve and force it to pull back, and I think BLUFOR is going to be able to overpower this strategy. Alright, we still have the vehicles driving down. Otherwise, I'm happy it's gotten brighter. I can, you know, hit the L key and not have my light go on anymore. And
you can see.
Yep, we're just kind of letting things parse out here. I do like how Command is trying to drive their vehicle through the forest. They're sticking to the path here. I think they'll be able to get the off-road down. They're trying to keep their vehicles in case they need to continue to be mobile. And they're also trying to keep off the MSRs to make sure that they aren't hunted by any OPFOR Vix trying to come around like what X-Ray did. We also have Nemesis driving through the woods here because you can't go all the way around because if you go out of the zone on a ground vehicle or on foot, you got only like 5 or 10 seconds to get back before it actually kills you. But is this... yep, Nem, Iander, Warlords, and Pop-Tart are trying to come around and up to Galati, Galili, and then follow this SSR to the side and potentially then use the footpath to come completely around this AO, either into Bawawa or south into Sector 2. So BLUFOR trying to preliminary place a few forces on the far flanks here, maybe to take sectors from the back cap, thinking OPFOR might not be putting units in all sectors, which is usually actually very common to see OPFOR not put anything in Sector 2 or Sector 3 because it is a rush sector fight. So that gives OPFOR time to rush back to hold Sector 2 if they think they're, losing Sector 1, and then rush back to Sector 3 if they think they're losing Sector 2. So I think Nemesis is just trying to do backcapping stuff, but I don't think he's going to be able to get anything because there's already defenders on either side.
He does like to have that back cap, if you know what I mean.
Stop drinking.
I have.
Good. All right, but otherwise, BLUFOR sending a large force along a flank here. Another thing I'm worried about is BLUFOR might be dividing themselves too much, but we have a big BLUFOR force coming over this hill, potentially to set up to go take Terminal 2, as that's what they're doing. Okay, so they've got the northern group that's broken off into two pieces. Because this group's going to go to Terminal 2 as the other group goes to Terminal 1. Risky strategy, but the way OPFOR is divided, they can get away with it. But BLUFOR might run in to Foxtrot 2, and we might see first contact happen up here. But OPFOR is backing away from this spot. I'm not sure if they spotted them or not, but they're definitely maneuvering around. But I don't see them checking their 6, so I don't think they know that BLUFOR is down here. And I'm not seeing a lot of rifles looking up in OPFOR's direction, so I don't think either side is aware that either is there. But Combo is running north right now. I think trying to get with the other three guys. Again, just showing the fact that neither side knows each other's there. So Combo's got to be careful because if BLUFOR keeps moving along this line, he is going to get caught out of position. Barb is still drinking? Of course he is.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how, especially this group coming in from the east of Sector 1, maneuver along the terrain. The Tanoan terrain is very, what's the word, variable. So they could push down to the...
Your mic cut out. Combo's looking in the direction of the BLUFOR force. As BLUFOR starting their maneuvering, he just went guns up, so I think he heard something. Oh, Charlie 2. Combo engages, knocks out the Charlie 2 squad leader. There goes Dusty's. And now BLUFOR's running around to try to figure out what's going on. And then we just had Montgomery and Sholand mag dump Combo. And now OPFOR on the northern side. Those three guys that were heading north are now doubling back. Grenades are being thrown.
Combo came into my chat saying he was very interested in playing. Oh, but he did get a kill.
He did get a good trade, and he allowed Foxtrot 2 to know this force was here. And because BLUFOR's on a battle line, Foxtrot 2 might be able to do some damage and get some free kills in, and hopefully get a positive KD. But as soon as they start shooting, that's going to give them away. What's good about this here, though, is it's going to slow down the attack on the Tanoan storage facility, which is going to throw BLUFOR's attack in disarray. Meanwhile, more of BLUFOR's force coming down the road is being spotted out by King, one of the really good players who's been, you know, again, one of the newer guys in the past month. But he's in a really good position to do a lot of damage there as well. And we'd still have Pearson Stanners. They're both machine gunners, so are these... Yeah, so these guys are both the PKP gunners for the Foxtrot squad. So they can do a lot of damage here, but the BLUFOR group is continuing on. If those three OPFOR guys don't make a move soon, they will be caught out of position. Meanwhile, you're having Flux starting to engage from afar, knocking out Cosmonaut. Bridges is giving some return fire, but in the wrong direction. King has an opportunity now to get closer and knock these guys out. But otherwise, main attacks are starting to begin. This flanking force on the command post, though, for BLUFOR's other pincer is very worrisome, though. RPG coming in on Thorn.
King launches some GLs towards Fist and Thorn now, yeah.
Yep, but Montgomery's going to catch Kane out of position. And there's the headshot. That sucks.
Montgomery.
We've got OPFOR charging with 4 stolen trucks. That's X-Ray coming down with the VIX. They're going to take the opening route I mentioned earlier. And they could get behind some of BLUFOR's line and do some damage, but I'm going to be honest, Bravo squad for BLUFOR, I think, is already going to be handled quite well. It's that flanking force that OPFOR doesn't know about that's going to be the real issue.
I'm going to call it now.
Okay.
Red 4 victory. Red 4 victory.
All right, Red 4 victory.
Too far splintered. They're too far fragmented. I think that we have a big chunk.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I know I'm slurring my words. I don't give a fuck, Liru.
You just missed it. X-Ray just drove up to one of BLUFOR's guys in a Vic and just executed him. It was Platoon 1 HQ.
What, for Red 4 or BLUFOR?
So Red 4's X-Ray in the stolen trucks just drove up to where BLUFOR Platoon 1 HQ was parked. And
the maid outfit, man, it's just, it is what it is.
Shadow Tanko got an execution kill.
Yeah, shout out to Shadow Tanko. Very cool dude. Long ass name.
You're still drinking, aren't you?
I have not been. I've been
bullshit.
More drink.
You're slurring your words. You weren't slurring your words earlier.
I've been threatening drinking more, okay?
Right. Anyway, Legal Action Clown running up. Thorn D-zinging aside, but he gets tapped. Fist coming around, though. Prone. Legal Action notices. And they trade, but Legal Action is not dead. He's only down, so Clown could still rescue him and bring him back to Commando Cooper, who has been playing medic all of NA. But he's got to act fast, and there's a lot of BLUFOR still there. Wise and Rust trying to pick off Montgomery, but Montgomery's folding back. And OPFOR still hunting that BLUFOR group, who is now garrisoned Buawa. It's just Buawa. And Nemesis's 4-man group is doing a massive flank round. They're X-Ray. That's why they're doing that. And they're going to try to set up on the western side of the sugar plantation to either deliver some enfilade fire or go even further and try to get recon on the 3rd AO. Meanwhile, BLUFOR is starting to maneuver their eastern pincer here on the rear of the first objective. I think they're going to easily be able to get this one because they just have a massive force here. But if OPFOR can get a lot of kills in this group, I do agree with you that we're probably going to see an easy OPFOR victory. As OPFOR is now charging their Vixen, Kelly hits a corner of a wall, and Montgomery is delivering some headshots. And there goes Kelly.
To BLUFOR's credit, Bridges, Montgomery have pushed up past the Legal Action Clown and are...
Yeah, right on, no mess.
Logan, the femboy. But Logan does escape out of there towards the west into the mountains. However, I'm still surprised Buawa has such a heavy BLUFOR garrison. That's easily a dozen BLUFOR, maybe 15 or more up there. And I'm not entirely sure why they are up there in that town specifically.
Oh, what, for BLUFOR?
For BLUFOR, yeah.
That's command. Unless you're talking about Buawa. Actually, you are talking about Buawa, my bad. Yeah, that's the force that's going to come down to do Tanoan sugar plantation after the other pincer takes the first sector. It's just
yes.
Paladin. Paladin just tried to flank around Pierce and Koak, but didn't spot them, so now he's pulling back, thinking those two OPFOR guys are coming up further. And now they're starting to fire. Yep, Sector 1 taken because BLUFOR's on the southern side, and OPFOR pushed north, not knowing that this pincer was here. So explosive truck going off, actually knocking out Killinger.
Out and takes down Dr. Killinger because the person who put it down just saw the prompt, and that was that.
Yep, Legal Action was the guy that put that charge down. And I'm trying to find where his Overwatch vector is right now. We just had some charges go off on the northern side. Yeah, Legal Action's all the way on the north here with Clown. So he was still up to be able to demo that.
Building now.
So to explain BLUFOR strategy, it was to use the eastern pincer to take Sector 1. The western pincer will then take Sector 2, and then the eastern pincer would go up and take Sector 3. So I would imagine we're going to see this southern group now for BLUFOR start sieging Sector 3 as the Buwa group now moves to the Tanoan sugar plantation. It's a really good power play here, but the western group was slowed down by some OPFOR elements harassing. You got T5 Bay back here, second best player in FNF in my opinion, trying to sweep over here, but he's not going to find anything, unfortunately. And you have the X-Ray team, as I predicted, they're on the southern side, trying to overwatch the sugar plantation to find anyone out of position here. Might be able to get some pickoff shots on Yane and Cole, if they can see him. But they're in a really good spot, admittedly. But Cole and Ketch are definitely out in the open.
I forget, did I call this for BLUFOR or OPFOR?
You said OPFOR was going to win, because BLUFOR was apparently stretched out too thin.
Well, now I think the Red Force strategy then, but I still believe in them.
Killinger's still up, though. Yeah, Sanders is getting shot as he tries to crawl out, but this BLUFOR group's going to have a tough call here because OPFOR is in some really good overwatch positions on this hill. And then you can have the Charlie 1 group from where it is, at least on the OPFOR side, also overwatch if BLUFOR tries to pull north. So either way, it's a bit messy in that spot. And BLUFOR is breaking off their forces even more. They're committing Charlie 2 to go northeast, I think, to hunt where OPFOR was going. T5 base still in a position kind of waiting for OPFOR to continue on, and they're only sending a small force down, but I think that's because they coordinated with Nemesis's X-Ray group to say that there isn't really a large defense force in the sugar plantation and is going to rely on that. But OPFOR is trying to surround the eastern BLUFOR group. And if they can eliminate this group and keep it pinned down, then they'll only have the other group to really worry about. So we'll just have to see how this continues to keep playing off.
I don't know. BLUFOR has had a pretty good attack so far. 17 minutes into the match, they've already taken Sector 1.
Yeah.
Sector 2 isn't so heavily defended as Sector 3. But
it's about to change.
Like, if Red 4 plays their cards ready, and BLUFOR, especially to the south, or sorry, to the west of Sector 2.
This guy's got in a firefight.
No, specifically Iander, Nemesis, Pop-Tart, and Warlords. They could be repelled long enough.
Real quick, G-Legs is leading the Charlie 1 OPFOR team to close the gap here. We just seen two guys get picked up. Defy also being shot at Sea Escapes, not even realizing it. BLUFOR has a lot of people down in these buildings as well. They're just getting separated as they try to get out of here. Now you're going to have Emiskov and Blade come up, trying to hit pickle-flavored bacon. Emiskov quickly goes down so he's not shot in the back by his buddy. G-Legs running around as well. Emiskov not realized he's running into 3 guns right now. And he is unfortunately taken out. His battle buddy's also taken out. Mountain on no kills. Trying to do some clicks. Bacon on 2 kills. Pads on 2 kills. He's getting friendly fired by Rust, though. And I think G-Legs is on... No, only 1 kill. So they've been doing a really good job of knocking people out as they move through. They are joined by Rust and Wise. Rust almost blue on blued. I believe Pads there. Now you got Mountain running in, throwing nades.
Coda getting a good kill on Dreep there. Coda is on... Never mind. He just got team killed by...
Well, Mountain got dropped by Nem on BLUFOR there. Guy Fury and Flux, though, with Mountain spraying fire down on this one force. T5 Bay disconnected, I think, because OPFOR managed to find him and take him out. because I still see Koak and Pierce alive.
The Dakota takes out a leadership element, and CF team.
Yep,
kills.
Pierce has the kill.
Amazing.
But this entire eastern flank has fallen apart, and I think with that, BLUFOR's chance at success here. Because now OPFOR, after they sweep and clear this remaining spot, they still got a decent amount of forces here to go to Sector 2 and hold.
Red 4.
So Steele's holding the doorway. We got Shaltazar still around, but there are only 2 BLUFOR players left here. And rockets are going into Shaltazar's building. Pads is coming in for the breach. And Steele is too busy looking above the doorway, and Pads easily mag dumps him with that PKP. Shaltazar, meanwhile, shooting in the back of Guy Fieri, and Flux returning fire.
Gunplay from Shaltazar, one on many. Trying to make the most of his position.
See a bit of blood there. And you got Bacon doing some medical on Mountain. They do have Buckets and Guy Fieri nearby, who are both medics. Guy Fieri, though, is, Fieri is trying to breach this building. He's going to catch Shaltier in the back. And he gets the kill. A little messy, though. Hard to see his head through that window, I bet.
Almost looked like a trade, but no. Guy Fieri steps away unfazed. So
we have command car for BLUFOR still on this side. 3 people part of the command team. And 1 member of Platoon 2 HQ for BLUFOR still alive, who is the Platoon 2 commander. But looking at the roster, BLUFOR has a third of its force dead. And OPFOR barely has any KIAs that are on the roster. So OPFOR's definitely wrestled the numbers advantage away from BLUFOR, but BLUFOR still has a chance here because they still have they have Alpha Squad moving into Sector 2, and then Charlie 2, their weapon squad, is going to be coming in. And X-Ray can break off from here and start reconning out Sector 3 and potentially getting some pickoff kills. So it's just going to be matter of Cullen, Yane, and Cole trying to hold this spot, but X-Ray firing at Cullen, making him back off. More bullets going up to Cullen. 1 catches him in the face, and there's Sector 2 taken. So now, I'll be curious to see if OPFOR tries to commit forces over to Sector 2 or pulls them back to do a hold here, as we're seeing BLUFOR's command car moving up to Jib to pick up Platoon 2 HQ, potentially have a group of 4 attack Sector 3 from a different angle to do some harassment. But X-Ray for BLUFOR needs to reposition now to start trying to get some pickoff kills on Sector 3, because there's a lot of easy headshot opportunities they can take, but it's going to have to be done from a really significant range, so it's going to be really tough for them. But we've got BLUFOR going up to where X-Ray is. That could get messy because I don't want them to give away X-Ray's position, but we do have Iander and Nemesis trying to work together here to get some sight lines on this OPFOR garrison. But if BLUFOR can act quickly... No, there's no way they're going to be able to do that, though, because they don't have any vehicles with them to quickly drive around to Terminal 3 and do try to pull a fast one, as OPFOR has a lot of forces out of position. So I think OPFOR is going to be able to rally and have a unified hold on Sector 3. Don, I disagree. If the plan went as it should have, this pincer was going to take checkpoint and then pull back. It just got caught there too quickly. What they should have... Go ahead.
People were actually withdrawing. Kernshaw, Pinto, Garcia, and Carlson,
His mic.
and Eagle popping smoke and pulling back through the trees back to the southwest towards Hudson and the rest of Alpha.
Barb's drunk, so he doesn't realize I already covered that, but he's doing his best.
So
he dealt with my drunk ass a week or 2 ago, so I'll deal with his. It's fair.
If BLUFOR is able to capture the sector, they win.
Yeah. So, again, back on Don's point, they just, the Eastern Pincer got bogged down after that explosive charge went off, and they didn't pull out in time, because I think their original plan was to fight through the town to get to Sector 3 after the Western Pincer took the Tanoan thing, but they didn't expect so much of OPFOR's force to be here and pretty much encircle them and wipe them. So they quickly tried to improvise to go east, which they should have done in the beginning instead of fighting through the town, because, you know, that's OPFOR's territory. They'd obviously be set up around the town and the checkpoint. So they should have much more quickly displaced and then ran off around and then attacked from the high ground on this sector, and instead just became a bloodbath. But with BLUFOR falling back to where X-Ray's position was, that has given X-Ray's position away. They are now trying some long-range shots here from not the marksman rifle. That is Warlord's merely firing, but he is quickly displacing. The Tracers are giving each other's positions away, but if you see where BLUFOR Command is driving to right now, that's exactly what this Eastern Pincer should have done. So, time's not really an issue, though. We still have about 25 minutes left on the clock, but again, OPFOR is going to be able to get unified on this final sector and just repel anything that comes in.
I'm not going to entirely agree with you. I feel like where Command is going to the southeast of...
There goes his mic.
Or harassment force, but for the most part, an actual assault force should be coming from the west of the sugar company or the north of Sector 3, that is to say the city itself. Coming down that steep hill face will just make any BLUFOR force a target out in the open, no matter how good the supporting or suppressing fire is, in my opinion at least.
So Charlie 2 on BLUFOR is whiffing some Maz shots right on top of OPFOR positions in the cemetery. But because they're HEAT, they're not designed to engage infantry, so he's not getting any kills, but he's definitely doing some damage. You are seeing blood trails starting to form in this area. So it's just harassment to try to alleviate the pressure of these guys firing on BLUFOR as they're attempting to do a wide flank around. They're going to come towards the cross to the southeast and then get into the forested area and try to get close to Terminal 3, but there's a lot of open ground here that OPFOR can exploit, which is why their weapon, BLUFOR's weapon team is trying to distract that flank.
I'm slurring my words.
Oh, I agree, Don. It was a great idea. It just, you know, Plan A didn't work and they didn't transfer to Plan B quick enough. So some of BLUFOR's groups are being spotted as they're trying to cross because they didn't do a wide enough berth here. Pinto's trying to return fire, but those Tracers are just going to help give him away. But it looks like he's popping a smoke grenade to try to cover himself, which is smart. If they come under contact, wait, that was a frag. Never mind. Okay. But OPFOR is sending Charlie 2, their Maz team, around to try to cover. And that Maz can do, the RPG-42 can do what the Maz for Charlie 2 BLUFOR has been doing and harass that flank as it comes around. Because I think OPFOR knows that they dealt with at least half of the BLUFOR force with that encirclement. We also have some OPFOR forces coming up to where BLUFOR is. Guy Fieri and TF121 Catch. Also, Yang and Cole are still up, overwatching this area to make sure X-Ray doesn't come up on that position. But Guy Fieri on the rear here, already with 2 kills. He is going to be very formidable here. And if BLUFOR marksman team isn't careful, they could easily get smacked. But we're having some blue on blue here between OPFOR firing at Guy Fieri, so he's going to quickly try to displace.
I am still of the opinion that BLUFOR's maneuvers are not very conducive to an effective assault in this thick jungle environment. I am still rebuffing my opinion that Red 4 have already won this because of the disruption.
Guy Fieri knocking out and eliminating Nemesis. Warlord's none the wiser, though. He still threw his binos. I thought Guy Fieri was going to walk right on top of Warlord's here. But Warlord taking his gun out to fire, I think, at range here. Now Guy Fieri's going to run up and try to tap him, but Guy Fieri's still getting shot at, and Warlord thinks that's fire coming towards him. So now you got Guy Fieri coming around. Warlord's trying to back off here.
Good Guy Fieri.
And there's a Hillary Clinton.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Inder was checking his map, though. He's now coming to the left. A rocket coming in.
Iander stuff holding the bill, trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And at this point, the man's sleep deprived. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. I feel like Redford is going to be able to eliminate both Pop-Tart from Pluto and Iander, despite the fact that Iander is officially Scandi Recon.
So we have Charlie 2 on the south for OPFOR going around the Alpha 1 fire team. I think Rust is going to be able to catch the rest of the Alpha squad for BLUFOR out in the open and use his RPG against them. Again, probably not going to score any kills with that, but definitely slow them down as a shock weapon and keep them disoriented. Meanwhile, Guy Fieri knocking out Pop-Tart from Pluto, and Iander is running around. He knows something's behind him, but he is going to be in a 1v2, which will turn into a 1v4 real quick, as Koak and Pierce will potentially come in from the rear element. They're taking it cautiously, but Iander's running by Catch. Catch spots him, and Catch waits for the perfect headshot there and knocks him out with a clean burst. Pop-Tart bleeds out on the bush as Fieri is sweeping around, and that's another BLUFOR element that's down. Meanwhile, the Charlie 2 fire team has started engaging, but is getting surrounded. Hudson taking out Wise. It's only a knockout, not a kill, so he gets to wake back up, but with we got Drake, Chupless, and Montgomery, three really good players coming back, and Grav is prone. Close by. No, he's not even prone, but his backpack and his shirt is going to make him stick out. We got Chupless.
So he died.
Walking up to him, and Hillary Clinton. Never mind, he let him live. Missed the headshot, but there is the kill.
Ooh. Yep, Chupless gets the kill on Grav.
Trying to check. What was that helmet? Oh, it was a basic. I thought it looked like an Alton for a second, because I was about to say, yeah, that titanium can stop shit, but nah, it was just a misplaced headshot. He hit a little too low. Bucket's drawing his handgun because his rifle ran out of ammo, trying to mag dump Drake. He's going to climb behind a tree, quickly pops a smoke. Does a quick tack reload. But that smoke's going to really do a real good job to conceal him. Rust also walking around. Sholin coming up behind him. Buckets, though, gets tapped by Montgomery, and there's the double tap. Rust is hiding as Sholin is now walking up, being extra cautious. I think Rust just heard Sholin's footsteps. And Rust is going to... Oh, he gets stopped by a bush. He should have seen Sholin. Okay. Maybe Rust did not just spot Sholin there. I think he's just trying to stay hidden. Meanwhile, Charlie 2 is coming on the northern side of town because OPFOR is committed to stopping the southern push. But they haven't thought of BLUFOR still having a force here. And with all these guys now committed to the south, this is giving BLUFOR a massive opening. We could see an upset.
Don't say that.
Timing-wise, we're going to see the 15-minute warning in a few minutes, but BLUFOR is in a good position to still come in. We got Command with... okay, it's actually just Cheese in there. Could have sworn there was more, but I guess he dropped off Command. Yes, he did. They're actually to the right of where this BLUFOR group is coming because they are going to attempt a southern attack. But it's pulling a lot of OPFOR's eyes away from the north, and that is how Charlie 2 has been able to sneak in. Now, we do have Logan with the marksman rifle here, and he could catch some of the BLUFOR guys out of position as they move up, but it is unlikely. Meanwhile, I just heard an AT shot go off. It was by Carlson. I believe it could have knocked him out. No, Garcia was attempting medical. Guy Fieri picks him off, though. And Rush just got taken out by Kershaw, I believe. And that is the entirety of OPFOR Charlie 2 dead. In hindsight, sending 4 guys against a massive force you're seeing go through the area isn't the best idea in jungle combat, where it gets to be CQB very quickly, because you need numbers to be able to counter that. If you're doing a flank on an Overwatch team, though, like what happened with Guy Fieri taking out a lot of the guys here with that TF121 guy, then it's okay. But if it's a major force trying to maneuver in that direction, it's usually not the best bet to send a few guys on a blocking attempt. We have Fieri doing some double taps. He's on 5 kills, by the way, on a roll. But looking at the roster here... There's a lot of skills on BLUFOR, but there's also not a lot of guys on OPFOR. So it's still kind of even. Despite the amount of casualties I've been seeing on the BLUFOR side, there is still a decent chance here but it's going to depend. We got OPFOR putting some eyes back to the north, because I think someone spotted these guys coming in. Logan trying to engage Misu, missing that first shot, though. Makes Misu immediately go prone, but Logan, he's got good range, and he's got the right rifle for this. So, I don't know. We could see BLUFOR force OPFOR to turn around to the north, and then the southern group pushes in, because now we're seeing OPFOR sending another chunk of forces here.
Even if they were to do that, the 7, what did he for 5, 6, 7? Yeah, 7 Red 4 there should be able to hold or at least delay that BLUFOR force to the south along that mountain range long enough for the main sector defense force to deal with the guys coming in from Tanuka, at least in my opinion.
It could go either way, though. Again, it's going to result in the PvP. I will say, Guy Fieri being very strong with his PvP tonight. I could see him getting behind BLUFOR, but he's going to have to find them first. There's the 15 minutes remaining call. Some of the OPFOR groups are actually pulling back to the objective because they are trying to scan for BLUFOR, but they're not finding anyone. So if they're caught out in the open, that is 4 free kills for BLUFOR, and that could very well be the nail in the coffin. I don't know when that's going to be, though, because this could turn on a dime.
Absolutely. The group to the south definitely still has a chance that they would overpower this relatively thin defense force that are trying to engage.
BLUFOR caught the OPFOR forces out of position. Hudson trying to run around, sideways gunshots. And now Montgomery's joining him.
Yep.
Sideways getting shot. Bacon getting picked off. Cooper spraying. That's what I was talking about. You don't know who's going to get on top of who in the jungle, and whoever gets on top of who first is going to have a significant advantage. So that's wrestled some of the numbers out from OPFOR here. We still got Cooper right here, who hasn't been hit and not seen because of his position.
Mountain goes down as well.
Yep. Montgomery, Hudson, and Command are attempting a small rush here, and that might be enough to force people to turn around. But we have Cheese also charging into the AO as well, making sure that he can... Yep. So as long as he is in the AO and alive, the sector will not go down. I think Schnuffles just spotted Cheese, though. Cheese, no, you got to run in that smoke, buddy. You got to hide. Does a quick mag reload, but he can come around and potentially kill Snow here.
Cheese really could be the defining factor here.
Yep.
Because it's just Snow and Snuffles and then Night Owl to the north that are actually in the objective area itself.
This could go either way.
That's all that matters in this case.
These rounds have been incredibly close tonight, except for NA round 2. Cheese, meanwhile, Snuffles catching him out of position. Cheese doing a quick reload, but Cheese really needs to stay mobile as Snuffles comes around. And they both just mag dumped each other, and the decent caused them to trade evenly. They got multiple bullets in each other's head. So OPFOR's cleaning up some of the BLUFOR guys on the rear, but 4 BLUFOR guys on the southern flank as BLUFOR is also pushing on the northern one to encircle the gap, and a lot of OPFOR guys out of position. We could see...
So, 17 minutes to change.
13 minutes and change. 17 will be to a 1 hour 10. We're doing a 1 hour to 5 because it's 50 minutes round with 15-minute safe start. But anyway, BLUFOR charging in here. They're going to have to contest with Barber. Hudson trying to get up and put some shots on Barber. Took his legs out, and he gets knocked unconscious. We have some really strong players here on BLUFOR trying to charge in. Patriot trying to flank away, but Hudson gets spotted by Patriot. The two are running around. Hudson caught in a bush that he can't cross, but Patriot unable to score the kill as he runs down. Hudson now trying to get a flank here to catch Patriot in the reload, but is unable to. Meanwhile, BLUFOR's northern group, Logan picking off one of the guys out of position here. BLUFOR's looking more and more thin. Hassinger getting picked off. Hudson, though, going up trying to pick Kohak off, but Patriot climbs back up and ensures that he is dead. There's the double tap. Oh, it's looking less and less likely for BLUFOR as one of the groups that was coming from the forested area starts coming back. I just saw another BLUFOR guy get picked off. Hassinger wakes back up, thankfully. But we're down to 4 players, and a 5th for BLUFOR coming in, a 6th also coming in, but OPFOR is slowly tying the noose here.
called it early, and I'll call it now. I mean, Cheese was a very disturbing anomaly in regards to the BLUFOR attack, but he was caught out and eliminated by Red Force. So
Actually, there's 7 guys
there's
still up.
obviously a chance, but with how tightly,
Yeah,
like you said, how tightly the Red Force defense is handling this graveyard sector, I don't see it happening personally.
Mando Cooper is going to catch Jib out of position and get a long-range headshot here, or hold. Nope, there's a shooting, but is unable to deliver the shot. But Guy Fieri joining Commando and getting the tap there, knocking him out.
Patriot on 3, looking for his 4th.
Guy Fieri also, he's using an enemy gun, BLUFOR weapon, so he's on to 7 kills, by the way. I think Logan's slowing down with that marksman rifle, though, on the northern side. He's on 2 kills, by the way. Trying to check here where Rust is, because he just asked how many kills he got. But I can't find him. Hassinger getting knocked out by Cooper there. Jib is still down.
Ooh, Patriot gets taken out. He's still alive, but in between those rocks, yeah, he's been consumed by the geometry.
Cheese is in my chat saying, how'd I do? But yeah, Cheese, you just got in a desync one-on-one. You should have just kept mobile and tried to flank where they were. But even then, I think you would have just been taken out by other guys coming in. And I don't think it would have made a difference overall because it's just the flanking forces coming up that's causing this issue.
I think Red Force won this. We have Paladin, Edwin, Ash, and Kernshaw left for BLUFOR, and that is it. BLUFOR is outnumbered at least 3.
Paladin trying to get some kills on Smurfy here. But manages to turn his lag switch on and win that firefight. He needs to go prone in medic, but he instead goes prone. Cole trying to drop him, and he drops... No, wait, Edwin drops Cole. Patriot, though, trying to run around on the flank, but gets caught out of position. He just took a bullet. I don't know from where, though, but Gorski and Patriot now delivering nasty enfilading fire on Broach. Broach doing his best to fire back and actually manages to land a shot on Patriot. Clown trying to poke his head up. Edwin starts firing on him as well. Coda taking a grenade as Yang is now trying to run around. Explosive trap going off close to Kernshaw. I think Kernshaw might have thrown that because he is an explosive specialist. Not sure if he got any kills there. Edwin and Patriot both unconscious. Edwin, I think, just bled out. Yang not committing to the flank round. He's instead waiting it out as Ash tries to find a way up the rock face here, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it. And Kernshaw taken out as he tried to come back. It is just up to Ash. That's it.
Ash trying to 127 hours this rock face.
Cooper is trying to pick off Gorski and actually manages to pick off Gorski. That's -1 for Cooper, which I've seen Cooper kill someone, so that means he has -2 kills. Ash with the 240 Bravo gets bitch slapped by Yang, and that's GG. Jib and Edwin are still unconscious, so it doesn't rule the game out just yet, but this is GG. All right, guys, so I'm going to transition into some mission development.
Rebel Nomas is right. I did get it from the start, despite my inebriety. I did get it right.
But I am going to wrap up my stream here because this is pretty cut and dry. So, thank you so much for watching. Go operate operationally. Barb, I hope you go to bed. Otherwise, cheer. Oh, there we go. They just both bled out, and we should see it get called any second. Otherwise, thanks for watching FNF. Again, going to do some mission development, but yeah, GG to that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw the BRB screen up.